Hey guys, welcome to Joe's RC Corner, and today we're going to be back on the Cricket. We have two main tasks that we want to try to accomplish today before I head off to Alaska next weekend for work. So stay tuned guys, and we'll talk about what those two tasks are. All right guys, so welcome back to the channel, and like I said, there are two main tasks that I want to accomplish before I head out to Alaska next weekend. One of them is getting that dorsal for the vertical stabilizer completed, get that mounted. That's number one. Number two, I want to find out where I'm at on my center of gravity as it sits right now. I know we're not in the final position, but this will at least give me my weight and my CG just as a starting point to see if there's anything that needs to be adjusted before we start finishing up everything. I know there's a lot of things still missing in the aircraft, but it at least gets me to a starting point of where we are. So that's the plan for today, guys. And as we get a little bit closer to getting the center of gravity or the scales on the plane, we'll come back and I'll talk about where we are and what it looks like, and see where we need to, whether we need to move anything from that point. So stay tuned, guys, and we'll go to the time lapse now. Okay guys, so welcome back, and so we've gotten a lot of work done here on the dorsal here. I'm leaving a nice gap along the bottom here because what I'm going to be doing here is I have pieces of some rubber that is going to protect this from rubbing on here. So that's going to run along there. I might even run a piece along here as well. And this piece, I'm gonna look at the plans and find out what we need to do with this, because this is a lot of extra. Does it get bolted behind here? Which I'm not sure how that would be, because you can't reach in there once this is in. So, or does it just have a piece that it gets riveted to back here? I'm not sure. We'll have to take a look at the plans, but I'm leaving a nice little gap here. We'll make sure that that's all flat and straight, but it is aligned very well here with the front. We do have to trace the mark. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some tape down, and then we're going to mark that with pieces of tape, and then we'll be good to go. But all of this looks really nice. I'm really happy with the fit on that. Other side looks about the same. So that's looking really nice. Yeah, that really finishes off that stab, doesn't it, guys? It's looking really good. Looking really, really nice here. So we'll go ahead and we're going to continue on with this and see what the next step is. But that's looking good. Happy with that. We'll move on. Once that's done, we get these drilled to the final hole size here. Then we're going to go ahead and set up the scales and get the mains and the nose wheel on the scales and figure out where we are roughly on the center of gravity and max and the weight of the aircraft right now. So interested to see what that is, and we'll go from there, guys. So that's where we are. Okay guys, so as you've seen in the time lapse there, we got the aircraft up on its scales, and we did some preliminary weight and balance. Nothing serious yet. We're going to go ahead and we're going to work through the numbers together, and then I'm going to let you guys see where I'm at on my weight and balance, which I know will change some because we're not quite ready. We haven't painted things. We haven't finished routing all my cables and everything, but I wanted to get a rough idea of where I was, so that way I can go back and make whatever changes that need to be changed before she's done. So with that, let's go ahead. I'm going to take the camera. We're going to take a look at a couple of different spots, a couple things here, and then go from there. So stand by, guys. Okay, so what we are using here, guys, is okay, so what we got here on our screen is the weight and balance sheet from Zenith on the aircraft that tells you where you are in your CG range right here. I have a weight and balance calculator over here, and what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and get the numbers off the scale, type them in, and we'll see where we are. So we're going to take this over here, and I was doing doing a little bit of a goofy thing going on here when I was running into some issues here. So that's why we have weights up here on the nose. We're gonna take that off right now. We don't need that. And yes, I have the plastic on. It's very lightweight. It should not change the CG or weight that much. I did place the fuel tanks roughly where they need to be. And I also put my ailerons, now of course they're not on the wings, but roughly where they will be on the front to back. We have all the parts in place back here, minus the cables, of course. So that way we can get as close as possible to what we should be seeing when we do our CG. So, and I've already lifted the plane up and reset it down on the scale, so everything should be good. And these are the numbers that I'm getting here. So total weight, 846. We got 283.6 on the nose wheel, 277.6, and 285.2. So when we come over here to the calculator, we're going to go ahead and type these numbers in. I've already added, and this is based on the most forward CG limit, okay? So we're going to go ahead and we're going to type in the numbers. I've already figured out the arms, which I came up with a -27, which, pay attention to that. It is a negative number. Make sure you do that. For some reason, I kept typing in my calculator a positive number, but then I realized, oh yeah, that is negative. That's in front of the datum point that we're doing. So if you don't do that, it'll all be messed up. So just know that, guys. Okay, so here we go. We're going to go in and type in the nose weight. Nose wheel is 283.6. 283.6. Okay. And the left main is 277.5. Okay. Right main is about 10 pounds more, which I'm not sure about on that. We'll have to double check things when we do the final weight and balance. 285.1. Okay. All right, so that gives me a total weight of 846.2. And we have the center CG is 13.5. If we go over here, 13.5 is within our forward CG limit. We don't want to be, and that's going to be down here. It's at 10. That's at 1,000 pounds. So that's actually more down here. So we can fix that here. Let's see. Whoop. Okay. All right. So now with the clean sheet. So if we're at 1,041 pounds and our CG 13.5. So we got 13.5, somewhere about, let's see, between 12 and 15, somewhere about here, at about 1,000 pounds. So we're somewhere about right here. for our forward CG. Now, what we need to do is figure out what our most rearward, our aft CG. Okay, so now we'll do the same thing, and we just need to make sure that that number doesn't go above 19.68. So let me go ahead and do that, and I'll come back to you guys. Okay guys, so we got the numbers all typed in here, and now you can see where my dots are. So that would just be, so we figured out what so this would be the most rear CG check. So that would be max weight with my wife and myself, and full bag of fuels. Now this is just preliminary. I do not have the arm and the weight of my header tank yet, which is behind the baggage area. So keep that in mind. So that's going to add a little bit more weight here, but you got the max weight, the empty weight 846, my weight, my wife or co-pilot at 140, 56 pounds of fuel in the wings, 80 pounds in the back, and we have a 1397, still within the 1444, and that puts me at 17.6, which is the worst case scenario so far based on what we have, and that's right about over here. So we are still good, and then the forward is also still good. So I'm happy with that. So guys, that's pretty much a wrap for today. That's going to be a wrap also for the month. February, I'll be up in Alaska for work. So no work on the Cricket in February. But when I get back, we're going to be at it every weekend, trying to get all these small jobs done so that we can get her ready to come out to Oshkosh, and so we can fly her out and set it up at Viking Aircraft's booth, and then you guys can come out and see me. One thing I'm going to have out there, guys, I made these up. I had these made. Some patches. I'm going to have a patch. So anybody showing up, you can have an L750 Cricket patch. Anyone that comes up and says hi, we'll have some out there for you until they're gone. So without further ado, guys, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit the like button if you like what you see, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Bye now. See ya.